show to take a very cynical look back at, representing the WWE and live from the Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. It's Monday Night Hurrah! Air date, February the 12th. 2024. This episode is the Road to the Elimination Chamber. Let's go in.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Lip really loves wrestling. He likes to talk about it too. If you like to watch wrestling like he do, come and join us. All the wrestling show, all the wrestling show, all the wrestling show, baby.
Well, welcome to All Our Wrestling Show. I'm your most fickle host, Lip Hazlewood, and this is a very cynical look back at the latest episode of Monday Night Raw. But before we dive into the show, just a quick shout out to the non-competitors. That's right, they are the glue that holds the building together. First and foremost, representing the authority figure, it's the general manager, Adam Pearce. Next, getting all the pre-match interviews and all the backstage scoops, they are the team of Kathy Kelly and Jackie Redmond. And of course, heading into the ring, we've got the officials, the referees of the night. And they are the team of Chad Patton, Danilo Amphibio, Daphne LaShawn, Eddie Oregno, and Sean Bennett. And of course, last but certainly not least, it's the commentary crew, the play-by-play guys, the hosts, and I even call them the narrators of the whole damn show. They are the team of, now he is a long-time veteran of well over 25 years. It's Michael Cole. And next to Michael Cole, backing him up, is a returning football fan lover, the very enthusiastic Pat McAfee. Now, without any further ado-dos, let's get started with a little big show today. And we start really big, actually, straight up. Nobody coming to the ring for, a promo. We go straight up with a six-man tag. A six-man tag. It is Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods of The New Day. And their partner is Jey Uso, longtime rival, now best friends. Frenemies now. Versus Imperium. Gunther, your Intercontinental Champion. And his teammates are Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. This match was a barn burner. This was a knuckle duster. This was a fun match. Now, this was about little under 20 minutes. Little under 20. It was a long match, I gotta say. Now, here's the thing. In this match here, ropes really don't matter. Now, even though Imperium, they are stickler with the ropes, rules and ropes, holding ropes when you're tagging in and out. But unfortunately, it don't matter. Now, the ropes were used, and they weren't used. And the ref just does not care. And the ref in this match is Danilo Amphibio. Refereeing this match that fell off the rails quite a few times. Anyways, what happens in this match? Now, of course, there's a huge feud between the Imperium and the New Day and Jey Uso. Jey Uso wants that Intercontinental Championship belt. And in this match here, it's very, very little is Gunther in the ring. He has enough time in the beginning of the match to rip off Jey Uso's shirt. No yeet there, baby. Anyways, in this match here, it was basically Kofi Kingston bearing the brunt of the load. Now, in this match here, it really bothers me. The referee, he's got to use his words. The referee is not a competitor. Referee cannot touch the talent in the ring there. He's got to give them verbal warnings. If they ignore the verbal warnings, their disqualifications will ensue. Period. End of story. But, of course, it is Danilo getting a little bit touchy with Gunther. Really. But like I say, This match was a lot of, Kofi Kingston. But it was Jey Uso really pounding down on all the Imperium, especially Giovanni Vinci and Liv Kaiser. Smashing them both inside the ring, giving them all the hip checks in the corner. Yeah, pretty embarrassing. Now, eventually, it's Gunther. He gets in the ring there. And Jey Uso takes on Gunther, and it was just Jey Uso destroying Gunther. High cross body press, he just smashing Gunther head. And it was pretty weird. Gunther was just selling this whole thing. Eventually, Jey Uso gets the whole spear on Gunther. Gunther's looking pretty bad right now. It took Ludwig Kaiser to come in there to break the pin. Otherwise, they would have lost then and there. But the match carries on. It's, Giovanni taken outside the ring. And it's, he's taken out by one. Xavier Woods jumps off the apron there with a weird-looking dropkick type thing, lands on Gio's foot. Who knows, maybe Xavier Woods might have hurt his back again by landing on his foot. Maybe not. After that, it's Kofi Kingston comes in there and rams Ludwig Kaiser right into this ring post, like so. But inside the match, Gunther, he's crawls. Oh, I can't do it. Gunther crawls to the ropes and tags in Giovanni Vinci. Giovanni tries to put, Jey Uso away with the power bomb, the power la bomba. Unfortunately, Jey Uso flips out of it. And then it's crazy because, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods runs into the ring there. No tags, nothing. And they pick up, Giovanni Vinci and then gives him the old one and done, I guess, the 3D. It's Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods picks up, Giovanni for the flapjack. And then it's Kofi Kingston with the big cutter. Not Kofi Kingston, it's Jey Uso. How hilarious was that mistake? But yeah, Jey Uso with a big pin. Wow. And then after that, it's Jey Uso goes to the top rope for a massive Uso splash to finish off, put a statement to the match. Ends it like a so. Now we go on to our next match. A quick one. Nothing really, no intermissions or nothing like that. We go straight to, pretty much, goes to an Elimination Chamber qualifying match between the almighty Bobby Lashley and, if you didn't know, it says, when you read his name on the Jumbotron, Big Bronson Reed. Big Bronson Reed, because if it didn't say big, you never know he's a big guy. So anyways, I just find it hilarious. So this one here is a Battle of the Big Men. The Battle of Big Men for the Elimination Chamber. Now, how it goes on here. This was about 8 minutes. 8 minutes long, this match. Now, I find it hilarious. Samantha Irving's outside. Usually, when Samantha Irving's on the, doing the announcing, usually when the match is going on, somebody is going to be thrown into her spot to get a closer look at Samantha Irving. This is no difference. It's weird. It's a weird spot. Bobby Lashley was outside the ring there. He was outside the ring, and Bronson Reed comes out there. His patented move, Bronson Reed move. He runs on the apron, jumps off, and plows into you. You pretty much drop down. Fall right down. But this one here, Bobby Lashley with the supercell. The supercell, he gets launched right into the timekeeper's area. Just want to get a close look at Samantha Irving. Sorry, mister. She's married. Okay. So we move on. Now, he gets thrown right in there eventually. Now, eventually, the fight gets back in the ring there. It is some serious moves. Bronson Reed really knows how to work and knows how to move around because he gets suplexed by Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley with a massive snap suplex on Bronson Reed. Really big moves. Really a moves. There's a lot of back and forth. Bronson Reed with a massive non-released Death Valley driver, like a Death Valley, brainbuster. These usual thing. Now, here we go. In this match here, it gets devastating. Bronson Reed goes for a top rope, goes for maybe a tsunami, but he gets, Bobby Lashley gets up and then intercepts him on the top rope and throws him off. Big throw off the top rope. And pretty much, it's over for Bronson Reed. No hurt lock. No full Nelson for Bronson Reed. But, however, it is the lamest, one of the lamest looking spears out there. it's Bobby Lashley's, who will never get Spear of the Year, never, because he does a front bump spear. He runs at you and does a front bump at you, and that was it. A lame front bump spear. Now here's the thing: nobody at anybody's corner. Bronson Reed doesn't have anybody, but Bobby Lashley's private party, all three of them, Montez, Angelo, and B-Fab, they just wish him well on the entrance ramp. So yeah, that's it for that. So moving on to the Elimination Chamber will be Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. Moving on. We have a little thing here with Jackie Redmond with Sami Zayn and his road to gold. Now his momentum completely got shot down with his huge loss with the Elimination Chamber qualifying match against Drew McIntyre, I believe. And now, the question is, how shaken is your confidence going versus Shinsuke Nakamura? Now, it's straight up, Sami Zayn admits, it is quite, frankly, it's embarrassing to lose like that, So, in losing, coming up short, it's very embarrassing. And he's been embarrassed many times. But he's got belief in himself. And he promises one day to become a champion. I think a champion, like Intercontinental, US, something like that. Yeah, sure. World champion, I can't see it. I think Sami Zayn's got the same chances of becoming world champion as Ricochet. And Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford, a lot of people. Anyways. So, yeah. Now, Shinsuke himself, he pops up in the Jumbotron. Like it's so. And he's got a lot to say. And he said, first of all, he says, Shinsuke, not a big fan of Sami Zayn. He thinks he's a fake, I guess. So he says, he wants to, first of all, he says, you had the glory and the moments. Have you forgotten? You act like you're you act like you're in misery. You want the people's sympathy. It's like, wow, is he really doing that? Now, he says, Sami Zayn's such a clever guy. Just like Cody Rhodes. Using, manipulating crowd with manipulations. So, tonight, show your true self in a ring. Because if you don't, because you swindle people, trying to stay in the spotlight. Now, if you don't show the real you, it won't be tolerated by Shinsuke Nakamura. Your chance is gone, Shinsuke promises. And Shinsuke's warpath will continue. So, will Shinsuke stomp Sami Zayn's dreams? Or will he move on? But we all know Japanese wrestlers, male wrestlers, they have a glass ceiling, huge glass ceiling. None of the Japanese men ever became, at least as long as I know, they have never been the world champion in the WWE. So Shinsuke, he should lose this match, and he would, eventually probably leave and disappoint in WWE. Like a lot of the Japanese wrestlers, they just leave, like, what this? What is this? Like a Kushida and whatnot. Anyways, moving on. We go to the ring. Oh my goodness. It is some crazy stuff.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
At least that's what he says. More than one royal family. And we all know him. Taking his time getting to the ring. Proud. The big conference just happened days ago. It's the man, Cody Rhodes.
I got a rumbling in my bowels. And I think I'm gonna blow. There's a bathroom stall, I'm finally here. The toilet's there, I'm about to blow. I ate 5 tacos before the show. Shut the door and I sit down on the throne. Oh, whoa, I was never party trained when I was younger. My father was never there.
Okay, that was really loud. But it's Cody Rhodes. He's going to the ring there, and he's got a big future ahead of himself. A big future. And it's Lexington, Kentucky. What do you want to talk about? And they all cheer. You know, they're booking Cody Rhodes just perfectly. You know, people love Cody Rhodes, and he's booked perfectly. So he's aimed as the perfect face and of the company. You know, Cody Rhodes is the man who loves to be loved. He hates to be hated. He needs to be loved, not just love to be loved. He needs to be loved. And the WWE is doing everything they can to push him as the face of the company. So here we go. Besides that little diatribe on Cody Rhodes, now he talks about he wants to talk about WrestleMania 40. He talks about him being in the main event, going to be in the main event with Roman Reigns. Now he does what every manipulator does. You know, like John Cena. A lot of people, they don't make it about themselves. They make it about the crowd. And me getting to this big thing is not because of me, it's because of you, the people. You people made it happen. Really? Eat a fart, Cody Rhodes. Eat a big old stinky fart. Anyways, yeah, Cody Rhodes is saying all that stuff there, and, and he starts, now, The Rock is coming to town, and, well, everything's not happening. Now, here's the thing. The Rock, he started talking straight about Cody Rhodes, talking about the new term, Cody Crybaby. The Cody Crybabies. Mm-hmm. And, and he starts to talk about, he was on Pat McAfee's show. It's ridiculous. Talk about nuggets and eating nuggets and stuffing nuggets in a butthole. It's like, okay, yep, that's what's happening, I guess. Rock, he's, or should I call him Vin the Rock Diesel? Because he looks a lot like Vin Diesel. Yeah, who cares what Rock looks like? Anyways, it's a huge thing. The fans are happy to see. No, they're not. The fans have turned on The Rock. But Rock is very important in the WWE, holding a huge, prestigious position. So he's going to be doing a lot more in the WWE. He asked his daughter. She's a general manager of the NXT. Talk about pulling your weight around. You know, my daughter doesn't have to wrestle. She's too delicate. Who cares? That maybe didn't happen. Anyways, and during this whole thing, Cody Rhodes was slapped. He was not happy being slapped by The Rock, and Cody wants some revenge on The Rock for being slapped in the face. And he says he didn't make fun of The Rock's lineage or anything like that. He thinks he got slapped for nothing. Nothing! But in turn, it coming to the ring is... Whoa, whoa, whoa. It is Seth frickin' Rollins gets the ring there. And basically, Cody Rhodes, first he thanks Seth Rollins for saving Cody at the press conference, getting his back. Now, Seth, he comes in there. He accepts the fact that Cody Rhodes is trying to get his, going after Roman Reigns to finish his story. And he accepts the fact, and he feels that, you know what, you need to finish your story against Roman Reigns. You got to. Because if you will lose against Roman Reigns, Roman will be even worse than he is now. Now, Roman Reigns, he fought like 4 times last year, and it's ridiculous. Now, if Roman Reigns wins, that means Roman Reigns would just even fight even less. Be even more of an absentee champion. Take this company for granted. Being a wrestler for granted. Roman Reigns, the less he fights, the happier he is. So basically, he's saying this: if Cody Rhodes loses his match against Roman Reigns, forget about it. Roman would be considered the forever champion, ruining the business forever and ever and ever. No, he didn't say all that, but I truly believe that. So yeah. So I guess it's a thing. It basically comes down to this. So Seth Rollins said this happened last year. And you lost. You got swindled out of your victory. So what's your plans this year? Because you're not just dealing with the bloodline. No. You're not dealing with just Jimmy or Paul Heyman or Solo Sikoa. You're also dealing with The Rock and the man in the WWE these days, I guess. He's got a big position. Regardless. So it comes down to this. He feels that this whole thing, he feels sickened by the entitlement that's going on with the bloodline, and it's got to change. And Seth Rollins has got Cody Rhodes' back when they got the match. So that's good. It's pretty good. We go from that to a backstage with Kathy Kelly, with Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Jimmy Uso. And it's confirmed. Next week will be an Intercontinental Championship match where Gunther, your reigning and defending champione, will defend his belt against Jey Uso. Jey Uso. Moving on. We go to our next match. It is in women's division. It is an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. It is between the returning Liv Morgan with an all-new look. Wow. I like that apron she's wearing around her waist. It's not quite a skirt, because a skirt would cover up your entire butt and vaginal area. But it does not. But she wore a little... Who cares? Anyway, so it's Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark. Now, Zoe, she's a competent wrestler. She's been basically mid-carding it all the time, and the owner's going to win this. I bet I put money on Liv Morgan because she's back, and she's got revenge on her mind. Liv Morgan. Apparently, kayfabe story. Liv Morgan got put out by Rhea Ripley, and she wants revenge. Even though what really happened was Dakota Kai injured her in a real match. Anyways, so she wants revenge against Rhea Ripley, and she's got to go through this match and the Elimination Chamber. First things first. What goes on with this? This was about 6 minutes in length. Back and forth in this match, obviously, like most matches. Liv Morgan with a nice-looking springboard enziguri right to the face of Zoe Stark. Now, here's the big move in the match. It's they're outside of the ring, on the apron, of course. Outside of the ropes, still in the ring. It's still on the apron of the ring. And it's Zoe Stark's fireman's carries, Liv Morgan. And then Death Valley drives her right on the hardest part of the ring. Yep, that's right, the apron area. It's true. Now, here we go. Off the second rope. Liv Morgan hits now. Michael Cole calls it the, the code breaker. Calls it a code breaker. The Lunglord, the code breaker hits a second rope code breaker, not calling it the recoil anymore. So what's going on with the Ricochet? Anyway, so regardless, recoil, code breaker off the second rope takes down Zoe Stark. However, it goes on, carries on more. Zoe Stark with a massive power bomb onto Liv Morgan. But however, it ends like a so. Before we move on, Zoe Stark, she's so athletic. Now, she has one move. It is absolutely fearless, I think. She does a springboard dropkick. Now, what makes this so impressive? It's like, unlike Becky Lynch, when she goes on the top rope, it's very minimalistic. Minimalistic when Becky Lynch goes to top rope. When Zoe Stark goes to top rope, it is an event. She springboards herself on top rope, a la AJ Styles style. And then Liv Morgan is 2/3 the way across the ring. 2/3 the way across the ring. And Zoe Stark nails her with a massive dropkick. I don't like the fact that while watching the show, the camera angle changes so that you can't see how far Zoe Stark jumped to hit that dropkick. The depth perception was terrible. It downplayed how great that move was. Shame on whoever did the editing of that match. Regardless. After that, Zoe Stark tries to finish it with a Phoenix Splash. Now, she didn't get full rotation on it. If Liv Morgan was still underneath the Phoenix Splash, she would have got injured once again. But she wasn't there. Liv Morgan moved out of the way and made a finishing sequence begin. Liv Morgan with another code breaker, standing code breaker, hits, Shayna Baszler. She hits Zoe Stark, I should say, Shayna's partner. Zoe hits the ropes, and then one massive springboard, flatliner. It is the, the Oblivion. The springboard flatliner. That's right. It looks lame, but she won it. Moving on. And meeting now. Who moved on to, joining, of course, going to Elimination Chamber is Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. All going to the Elimination Chamber. Now, we move on to some weird things going on. It's a Judgment Day. All the Judgment Days back there. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Damian Priest. However, no Mommy. Mommy's been rarely been around the Judgment Day these days. I think she's just doing her own thing. I don't know. Regardless, it is, and then it's R-Truth joins in with the thing of, hey, what's JD McDonald's doing here? He's not part of Judgment Day. Still thinks he's part of Judgment Day. Is, yeah, the comedy routine, the comic relief R-Truth. What a dimwit. What an idiot. What a buffoon. Anyways, it is Damian Priest, finally, he has to step up and say exactly, he's got to lay it all on the line. Lay it all on the line. You know, it's like,
it's been fun while it lasted, but the joke's over. You never were, you are not part of the Judgment Day, and you never were. Now, it's time for your execution.
So yeah, he's like, those weren't initiation beatings we gave you. Those are just straight up beatings. So anyways, here comes the truth. The R-Truth finding out the horrible truth, the awful truth of what his situation with Judgment Day. So coming up next, it is a big match, the Judgment Day R-Truth match. And backstage, it's R-Truth desperately on the phone with the Miz. The Miz is in another country or another state, whoever. He just can't get there. So R-Truth's like, oh, I'm going to get my arse kicked. But it's crazy. This match was so ridiculous. JD McDonough versus R-Truth. This match here was about 6.5 minutes. It was about 6 minutes of JD McDonough getting his ass kicked. JD McDonough was getting his ass kicked for the whole entire match practically. R-Truth was doing the best of John Cena. You know? And JD McDonough. My gosh, he really was getting way too enthusiastic in this match. Now, just one thing. I've never seen anybody sell a move like this. It was ridiculous. R-Truth grabs JD McDonough's head and bounces it against the top turnbuckle pad. And apparently the recoil was so powerful, it bounced JD McDonough right off of it, doing a backflip. Actually doing a front bump. It's like, really? Really? It's like, wow. That was lame. Now, I still believe JD McDonough is one of the greatest wrestlers out there. Great mic skills. And as in Judgment Day, he's doing nothing. Nothing. It's sad to see JD just, make R-Truth look like a superhero. Anyways, yeah, JD gets hit with the attitude adjustment. This is R-Truth. His 90% of R-Truth's offense is John Cena moves. You know, it is lame. Attitude adjustment. Now, here we go. We got a moment here where we find that JD's in well over his head. So then Finn Balor distracts the referee, so Dominic Mysterio can pull him out to safety. And that's how you do it. If Dominic Mysterio just pull him out, the referee can see that and say, oh, that's disqualification. You can't touch him. But anyways, done properly. Like that. So yeah, eventually, the fight goes on. R-Truth gets the five knuckle shuffle. The you can't see me 5 knuckle shuffle by John Cena. So lame. Hits JD McDonough with that damn move. And then he picks him up for the attitude adjustment. He picks him up, or the FU. The FU. Picks him up there for the F5. And then as Damian Priest, he kind of climbs up the, apron there. R-Truth's like, oh, JD, I respect you lots. So he goes to see what Damian's up to. And then it's JD. He tries to turn things around, but however, he tries to roll up R-Truth. R-Truth kicks out. R-Truth, they scuffle a little bit. R-Truth then goes in for his axe kick. He runs up for the axe kick. JD moves out of the way. And one offensive move later, JD McDonough grabs R-Truth by the arm, pulls him in for the, what's that? He calls it the Devil Inside. JD Devlin. No, Jordan Devlin. The Devlin Inside Saito suplex. The side suplex. And that was it. One side suplex and it was over. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is. R-Truth after that. R-Truth. Now, it was a big attack because it's supposed to be the, what is that? The execution of R-Truth. So then we got ourselves Finn Balor. Dominic Mysterio. Trying to attack. And Finn Balor gets just totally beaten up by R-Truth, thrown out the ring. Dominic Mysterio gets beaten up. Like, what the heck's going on? R-Truth just single-handedly beating up Judgment Day until, of course, Damien Priest comes in the ring there. And I guess R-Truth's got too much respect for Damien Priest. I don't know. But he just decides not to attack Damien Priest. And he turns around to beat up some more JD McDonough. Because JD was behind him. And then he turns around to face Damien Priest again. And Damien with a massive right hand to the face. It was over. And then it's basically the beatdown. They start kicking up R-Truth. Now, R-Truth got worse beatdowns when he thought they were initiation beatdowns. So this was nothing. And so then they were beating down R-Truth. And then that's when DIY, do it yourself. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, otherwise known as the Spirit Squad 2.0. While they're under the Miz's leadership, DIY is considered, in my mind, under the Miz's leadership, is the new, Spirit Squad. Moving on. Now we got ourselves a little bit of the Cody Rhodes, giving some insurance to Sami Zayn. Says, I believe in you. I totally believe in you. So it's kind of weird, they'll go like that. But it is what it is, So he says, I got confidence in you. Trust me. And then he goes to hug, or he goes to shake Sami Zayn's hand, and Sami's like, move that thing aside. And he gives Cody Rhodes a big old hug. Oh, Cody Rhodes, I know you like hugs. He didn't say any of that, but he appreciates Cody Rhodes, seeing the talents of Sami Zayn. Moving on. We go with a wonderful in-ring promo with your mom, Becky Lynch. Now she talks about her history. She comes in the ring there looking like, Lita 2.0. The baggy pants, because she needs the baggy pants because she's so skinny now. She's got to have anything that puffs herself out, makes her look big. And regardless of my bitching about how gaunt Becky Lynch looks these days. So she goes in the ring there and she's talking about her history, her entire history of herself. Being at 15 years old, she fell in love. She became obsessed with the WWE, And she even says she was so unathletic as a child. She failed gym class. Failed it. And all you got to do is just be there for gym class. You don't have to do anything. You just have to show up and you pass. She couldn't even do that. She not only, in the wrestling, she met a lot of things. She main event from failing gym class to main eventing wrestling to meeting her husband and having a daughter there. But unfortunately, the boo-hoo-hoo story starts with Becky Lynch because, she's a wrestler and she gets beaten up a lot. And her daughter has to see all that stuff, her bloodied and bruised face. But also, she can also see her mom beat people up too in the Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber. Because basically, this is what Becky Lynch's plans. Becky Lynch's plans is to win at the Elimination Chamber and go on to face Rhea Ripley, the most dominant champ right now. That's what she says. Anyways, coming down to the ring, instead of Rhea Ripley, it is Nia Jax. She goes down to the ring. And what's Nia got to say? Well, she's full of patronizing remarks. She's like, boo-hoo tears coming from her mouth. And she said, I got respect for you. Woo. Anybody would be lucky to have a mom like you. Becky, you're going to win the Elimination Chamber match. But she was being all patronizing. But basically, it's who's going to get Rhea Ripley? And it's Nia Jax. If anybody wants Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax wants her. Because right now, as of this moment, Nia Jax has Rhea Ripley's number. Every time Rhea Ripley comes in the ring there to fight Nia Jax puts her down and sits on her face. After that, we got ourselves, Rhea Ripley comes in the ring there with her own music, no damn Judgment Day music, her own music. And she comes in and she attacks Nia Jax. And then Nia Jax throws Rhea Ripley into the corner where Becky Lynch is standing. And then she squashes both of them into the corner. And it's Nia and Rhea scuffle a bit. And then up the top rope, Becky Lynch goes. And with her patented, what's that? Her horizontal top rope, horizontal drop kick. Becky Lynch, she from the top rope, she literally somehow when she final drop kick, when she drop kicks, she is level with the top rope. She doesn't get any height. It's almost magic how Becky Lynch can go to the top rope and almost do nothing. But she drop kicks Nia Jax. Somehow the 80-pound Becky Lynch can knock Nia Jax out of her boots and outside the ring. And then you think, oh my gosh, is Rhea Ripley going to attack Becky Lynch? But Rhea Ripley runs by attack Becky Lynch and super kicks Nia Jax outside the ring. So, yep, we're going to have the thing. We're going to have a thing going on. Will it be a triple threat eventually? Who knows? It's too far away. We don't even know if Becky Lynch is going to go through the Elimination Chamber, which the likelihood of Becky Lynch winning the Elimination Chamber is pretty damn good. And then after that, we go backstage with Jackie Redmond with Drew McIntyre. Drew with his proudly wearing his shirt that he took out CM Punk, no longer going to WrestleMania. But anyways, right now he's saying, you may say anything you want about Drew McIntyre, but he's doing everything the right way. He's doing things the right way. But he's got a warning, because next week it's Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. He warns Cody Rhodes, like, listen, you should really consider pulling out of the match next week, because you won't want any of this. No, to Drew McIntyre. He didn't really say that, but he did warn Cody Rhodes not to fight Drew McIntyre because the outcome will not be good for Cody Rhodes. Moving on, we go the most confused man, the delusional, the Mr. Stupido. Oh my God! I mean, I really shouldn't be saying so many bad things, but R-Truth is definitely a Daft Punk. He's goddamn, he's stupid. He goes there, he meets the DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and he thanks them for helping him out. And he calls him DX. Hey DX, you guys help me. And he calls Johnny Gargano, Shawn Michaels, and Tommaso Ciampa, Triple H. It's like, what is going on? I got 2 words for you. Thank you. I'm going to go over here now. I'm R-Truth. My goodness, this guy is a daft moron. So, we go to our main event match. Actually, not a main event, our second to main event match. This is the match of the night. That's why I consider it the main event, because it's the match of the night, my opinion. This is the second Elimination Chamber qualifying match in the men's division. It is LA Knight versus the Viking Raiders, Ivar. And with Ivar, it's of course, Valhalla is here. She is, I consider her the most curvaceous woman. She is extremely feral and very sexy. Valhalla. God damn, she looks great. And can she do anything to help out Ivar? Because clearly, this is going to be LA Knights to the moon. Ivar's going to lose this match. But how is this going? But it was a good match. This was about 8.5 minutes. I respected the hell out of this match. It was at the beginning part of the match. It was a lot of back and forth. Beginning part of the match was all LA Knight just running through Ivar. It's like, wow, what's going on? Ivar is just getting handed to him. Just getting his arse handed to him. Valhalla tries to help out Ivar early on in the match, distracting, LA Knight. Referee sees this distraction, but does not get rid of Valhalla. Hey, you can't do that, Valhalla. Out you go. But he saw it. He didn't do anything. Referee, of course, is Chad Patton. Not Chad Patton. It's Eddie Oregano. Anyways, they take the fight outside. And your vintage LA Knight, he gets Ivar's head and starts bouncing it off the commentating table. It is always hilarious because they'll go down like, oh, they're slapping the old commentating table with their hands. It is hilarious. But however, the live crowd eats it up. Like, LA Knight, you're great. Just bounce his head like a basketball. Anyways, they're fighting outside for at least 40 seconds out there. This was craziness. I mean, the referee just didn't care. That 45 seconds around, but they cut the commercial break when they're outside. But like 45 seconds, I've seen matches end in 25 seconds in a disqualification, count out disqualification, 45 seconds plus. Nobody cared about rolling into the ring, breaking the count. It's sad, if you cannot take it upon yourself to break the count, you should never have a spot outside the ring in the first place. It's true. It's a lot of responsibility fighting outside the ring, keeping track of what's going on. Because the risk of fighting outside is being disqualified. Anyways, The match goes back inside the ring there. One huge move. Now, LA Knight's got this move thing here where Ivar is sitting on the top rope. LA Knight comes up, climbs up the rope there, tries to pull him off. He gets pushed off. LA Knight then does the second attempt. He jumps on the top rope and pulls Ivar. Literally, he pulls Ivar off the top rope. Now, why I say pull? Because it wasn't a real suplex. A suplex is what, what's that? Bret the Hitman Hart does. He picks you up and then drops you down. Everybody comes down safely, looks beautiful, and it's safe. Now this one here, Ivar gets pulled off the top rope. I don't think he got enough jump on it, but it was very dangerous for Ivar. He's a big, big man, and landing high on your shoulders, upper neck, does not help one's career. Yeah, so it's a very... I don't like these suplexes. They're rushed, and they're lazy. They're not putting the effort making a good quality, safe suplex. Regardless. You move on. Ivar, with a massive, tornado slam, a tilt-a-whirl slam, just catching the Miz, Miz. they look to have the same type of body. Anyways, catches LA Knight, dropping him down. But however, the match goes on. One huge move. Ivar with the Tyler Driver 94, something like that. Tyler Driver 97, I believe that's what it's called. With a Tyler Driver hitting LA Knight with this huge power bomb. It's like, wow, that could have been over, but it wasn't. The fight goes on. LA Knight is put into the corner. Ivar with the massive Bronco Buster tries to Bronco bust LA Knight. LA moves out of the way. Ivar crotches himself on the bottom turnbuckle pad. That's right. And then after that is a scoop slam. Now I say this: anybody can scoop slam anybody. It is how it is. I seen Andre the Giant get scoop slammed by Jake the Snake Roberts. Now here's the thing: when a scoop slam is done by your opponent, it is when you pick up and throw them down right away. Now if a scoop slam is done by you as well, once you scoop them up and you hold them there for a good couple of seconds, that is you. That is you holding them up. Now this is clearly Ivar scooped himself up because when he went down fast, it was up and down. He had to, LA Knight had to drop him fast, otherwise his knees would have buckled and he would have fell down. Looked like the fool. But anyways, this match was great. Ivar, big fan. His wrestling abilities, his look, his Valhalla. Love it every minute. And then LA Knight follows up the big elbow. And then things get crazy. It's Valhalla. One more time, she gets in the face, gets on the ring apron, showing her curvaceous body to, LA Knight. He's like, oh, hello there. He turns around, gets distracted. And when he turns around, he gets spinning heel kicked in the face by Ivar. Ivar thinks, that's it. He goes to the top rope with a massive moonsault. The doom salt. He misses. Looks like Valhalla's like, yes, we win. She's sitting there not looking at what's happening in the ring there. Ivar goes for the moonsault. The LA Knight moves out of the way, picks up Ivar, and then with the blunt force trauma, ends the match in about, 8.5 minutes. I loved it. It was a great match. I think Ivar, hopefully he starts making, the end of last year, Ivar's made paths as a single competitor, and usually when someone's tag team partner is out, they take them both out. But I'm glad Ivar is taking on the singles competition. He lost a couple of times, but he looks good. Regardless, moving on. So moving on to the Elimination Chamber. The Elimination Chamber will be Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, and LA Knight. Now we going towards our main event match. It's Sami Zayn heading towards the ring, and he's got a little bit of an obstacle of a Drew McIntyre. Just sick of hearing his name being uttered by Sami Zayn. He tells him in the morning, he's warning Sami Zayn not to utter his name in his breath any longer. And Sami's like, you're my way. So yeah, but after that we got ourselves now apparently there's going to be a last chance for an entry for the with the Elimination Chamber, and it's Adam Pearce with Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae and the woman of the hour, the great Chelsea Green, charming and a little bit on the ignorant side. She's great. Her mic skills, her comedic timing, just next level. She's great. She can teach a lot of people how just be entertaining. God damn it. So anyway, she feels that she should be entered in this Elimination Chamber because of who she is. Anyways, we got ourselves with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. Shayna running her mouth, talking to the great Chelsea Green. Chelsea. I hear she wants to bring her husband into the WWE. He ain't coming back. There's no way. I mean, Chelsea, she's got a lot of pull. Who knows? Maybe Chelsea's got a lot of pull. If anybody brings him back, it will be her. And he'll just be another jobber for the rest of his career. Who cares? It's not about Chelsea's, the great Chelsea's husband. It's about what's going to happen. It's going to be a last chance battle royal coming up for their final Elimination Chamber entrance. So next up, we got our match. It is Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Both is a must-win. They're both in the slide. They're both mid-card, but this is main event match. But both these wrestlers are sliding down. They're getting further and further away from gold. So each one of these need a win. Now, Shinsuke. Now, Sami Zayn, he gets thrown in the corner. Shinsuke's got this move. He does every now and then. I think it's pretty lame, I got to say. It's a German second. Now, Sami Zayn, he gets thrown into the second ropes. And Shinsuke comes running at him after him. Sami puts 1 foot up, but he was supposed to put 2 feet up because Shinsuke picks up his other foot and then throws them both outside the second rope. So now Sami Zayn is sitting on the second rope for the perfect position for the sliding German suplex, where Shinsuke slides underneath Sami Zayn, grabs his waist, and Sami Zayn drops backwards off the second rope. And it's supposed to be devastating. It's supposed to be devastating. Yeah, Sami Zayn, he gets his revenge. He gets a nice, massive tope suicida well over the top rope. Rarely done these days. No one likes going over the top rope. The top rope, over the top rope, tope suicida, that is the most, technically complicated move. Athletically complicated. And the most scariest thing to do, as tope suicidas go. So the match goes on. Sami Zayn, he's got this style of wrestling where, when you got a sequence, he's going to do a Blue Thunder Bomb, but he doesn't get it, and they fight on a little bit more, and finally gets a Blue Thunder Bomb. That's how it usually goes to Sami Zayn. Always fighting for that Blue Thunder Bomb. But he gets it on Shinsuke. Does not work, though. Does not work. Now, Shinsuke's outside the ring. Sami Zayn's going for an old-time move. Like something he did when he was like in his late 20s. Now, he does his old move. Now, it is a massive athletic maneuver. It takes a lot of skill and a lot of athletic ability, where you dive from outside the ring, you run towards the corner of the ring, you dive through the first and second ropes at the corner, between the 2 ropes, and then go in with a tornado DDT. That is difficult on a good day for one of the best wrestlers in the world. And will this happen? No. Sami Zayn jumps through, attempting to move, but he gets kicked in the face. But we all know this move is so goddamn hard to do. And the success of this move is very low. Especially the older you are, the less it works. Anyway, so Shinsuke kicks him in the face with a kick. Moving on. Now, at the end of the match was so weird. So strange. Now, Shinsuke has Sami Zayn at his mercy. He goes to the second rope with a massive knee to the back of the head. It certainly to me looks like a Kinshasa to the back of the head. And not only does he get him in once, he goes back up and hits him with the second one to the back of the head. Second Kinshasa. It's like, wow, that should be over. Should be over right there. But Shinsuke decides to go for an actual Kinshasa. So he runs up. But however, somehow Sami Zayn he shakes off both those massive flying knees to the back of the head. 2 of them. Shakes them off like nothing. Like nothing. And then Shinsuke's going for his Kinshasa, his third Kinshasa in a row. I consider it the third one, but I guess it's his first. And Sami Zayn catches him with a lariat, spinning, knocking Shinsuke for a loop out of his boots. It's like, what is going on? What is going on? Now, Shinsuke, he gets beat to the corner, and the referee decides, hey, I'm not going to count. I'm just going to pull you off, Shinsuke. How dare you attack Shinsuke in the corner? So referee, oh my God, Chad Patton, how dare you? Do not touch the talent You give them warnings. You count. You tell them that you got to count of 5. After 5, I'm going to disqualify you. No ifs, ands, or buts. Then he can start counting. He can even take that much time to tell him that what he's going to do. So yeah, Shinsuke then eventually gets, what? Exploder suplex. Sammy exploder suplexes Shinsuke into the corner, sets up for the hula kick, and that's when Drew McIntyre runs down to the ring there. He gets Sami Zayn's attention. Sami Zayn, what are you doing? Who? What? Turns around, check out what's going on. Shinsuke turns him around, gives him one hell of a kick. No, it is the Kinshasa. The Kinshasa right to the back of Sami Zayn's head. 1, 2, 3, over! Sami Zayn loses because he lost his concentration in the match. I mean, he didn't have to turn around to face Drew McIntyre. He could just finish off his haluva kick. But nope, Sami Zayn beat himself. Shinsuke with a big victory. However, though, after the match, it's a double team. Shinsuke just didn't leave. Shinsuke is very upset with Sami Zayn. So is this could this be an alliance, Shinsuke and Drew McIntyre? Or is it just an alliance for the day, for the night? And it's Shinsuke and Drew McIntyre stomping the holy hell out of Sami Zayn. And that's when, Cody Rhodes comes down the road, comes down there, saved the hell out of Sami Zayn. Gives, to him and Drew McIntyre scuffle a little bit. Gives a massive, the Cody cutter to Drew. And then the, crossroads to Shinsuke. And yeah, that's it. Next week's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes. In a match that's going to prove, I don't know what's going to prove. Superiority, I guess. But anyways, that does wrap it up. That wraps up another episode of Raw for this week. Now, stay tuned. Actually, no, that's it for this week. So we'll see you in another video with NXT. So I've been your host, Lip Hazlewood, saying I'll see you on the flippity flop.